But just a very cool map that helps to illustrate this changing fire situation up there. And also, as I highlight these particular areas, I can even highlight some of the restaurants and coffee shops and points that people stop up there, including Garland's Oak Creek Lodge. This is where a lot of people like to vacation. In fact, a lot of viewers were asking if it's okay. And ABC 15's Mary Ellen Resendez spoke with the owners earlier today. Mary Ellen, what did they have to say? First of all, it's safe, right?
Well, what do you mean by it's safe?
It hasn't burned down.
It hasn't burned down. Yes, that's right. However, you know, nobody can actually go into the lodge just yet because that whole road area is closed. Now, Mary Garland says they knew almost immediately that they were in trouble and likely would have to evacuate. As the lodge was getting ready to serve the afternoon tea, they started smelling and seeing that thick smoke.
Very worried, very, very worried. That, you know, yes, we've been through fires before, but this seemed a little bit different and very rapidly moving.
Now, Garland said they began to warn guests of the possibility that they would be evacuated within minutes. The fire crews were on their doorstep telling them, get out now. The lodge is nestled in the heart of Oak Creek Canyon, and most of the guests were ready in minutes. But one guest was out hiking and had to be located. He luckily met back up with his wife in town. Now, while the lodge has lost its weekend revenue, Garland says at least it is still standing. That thanks to some preventative measures taken by her husband, Gary, who happens to be a former volunteer firefighter.
The fact that we have maintained fire lines definitely helped. You know, we have extra hoses and equipment in the event of a fire. I'm not sure how many of those were employed, but he was allowed to stay and work with the fire crews, you know, with the thought that he knows where all the faucets and hoses, etc. are.
Now, we weren't able to speak with Gary because he is at the lodge, which is in that fire area, and he's unable to get out with a cell phone. Now, Mary says she does believe there was some luck involved here. She also has posted on her Facebook that they hope to reopen the lodge within the next week, possibly even this weekend, and that is some hopeful thinking. Katie?
Yeah.